All right, hello everyone. Welcome to United States Cup. We're here with the semifinals matchup in the losers bracket between New York and Carolina, seed 11 versus seed 5, respectively. I'll be your caster, Dio, for this one. I think I'll be solo casting this match, so enjoy. We're going to have a couple of pretty solid teams up against each other here. For New York, you have Taquito, Altrax, Rhythm Game, Arco, Opixe, and Twilight. For Carolina, you have Will Cookie, Rhythmic RS, now known as Norman Fried Rice, ABA, now known as Josh Bagel, Mega MK, now known as Will Biscuit, Zarkala, now known as Ben Muffin, and Yanator, now known as Eric Toast. So if you see somebody with first name Food as their username, a member of Team Carolina. As everybody else from the side of New York is all normal names, thankfully. You can keep track of the players that way. It's a much more difficult map pool than we've seen in previous weekends. We had a couple of relatively high star rating free mod picks in the previous weekends, like Jinpaku Study Time with Hard Rock being pretty high up there, or the free mod 2 with Hard Rock being pretty high star rating, 7.23 stars. But the highest star rating in a regular map in the pool so far has only been 7.02 stars. No longer the case. We've got several maps above 7 stars in this pool, including the Nomad 2, 7.1 stars, Nomad 4, 7.46 stars. That is the AIM map in Nomad, by the way. Hard Rock 1, 7.16 stars. DT4 is 7.1 stars as well. And one of the free mod picks in Nomad is 7.7 stars, 8.2 stars after Hard Rock. So yeah, very, very difficult map pool this weekend. Your overall scaling, I think, is going to matter a lot more here in the semifinals. How well you can scale into the late stages is going to be far more important than consistency has been in the earlier rounds. And I think New York has a pretty good advantage in that regard, honestly. They have a lot of really, really high skill cap players in, for example, Taquito and Arco. But Carolina's 5th seed for a reason, right? Their team averages rank 155. You have people like Will Cookie, Norman Fried Rice, ABA as well is rank 163. Josh Bagel now. Mega MK is ranked 276. Will Biscuit now. So I think on the mechanics picks, the scaling mechanics picks are going to be very good for Carolina with Rhythmic RS, ABA, and Mega MK. And you still do have really good reading and gimmick players for the side of Carolina. But New York, especially on like AIM stuff with Arco, is going to be really, really solid. Arco's honestly just a really good, well-rounded player, and I think he's going to add a lot to New York's roster alongside Taquito for this match, to the point where they can probably just keep those two in for most of the match and bring in some fill players for the other stuff. Opixe, Twilight, Rhythm Game, and Altrax, all very, very good players as well. Yeah, I guess I'm filling time for now. We have warm-ups here. Pool structure is, of course, non-standard. Once again this week, you have Nomad 4 as an AIM map in Nomad. You have a couple of speedier picks in Nomad as well. Nomad 5 is actually just a speed map. It's a Mirage speed map, but it is a speed map as far as I know. Renard collab there. You have a couple of alt maps. You have both Jazz is Rad and Nomad 2 as alt picks in the Nomad pool, and then you have an AR8 as Nomad 1. So a lot of non-standard stuff. No tech map, notably, in the Nomad pool. Double alt in Nomad this weekend. You have an Xarius AIM map for Hidden 1. Granted, that's not exactly a standard AIM map, given that it's Xarius. It's a lot of relatively awkward stuff with some overlaps and such. Good pick for I think Carolina actually has the better hidden roster, despite Taquito being on New York. No AR8 in hidden this weekend, notably, and no low AR in free mod. Low AR map is actually in DT this weekend, so hidden 2 is Sharu and Fracture Hawkins collab tech map, and hidden 3 is Slider, high-speed slider expert, the Mario sliding, the Mario sliding background, CS2 mapped by Yolkspie. That's an interesting pick for sure. Do we get another warm up? We do not. So we are into the match now. Gonna be a Hard Rock 2 first ban for Carolina. I do like that ban against New York. Arco is a really good Hard Rock player. I think a couple of other of their players are also really good Hard Rock players. Opixe Ultrax, if I remember rightly. New York, I'm expecting to ban either a low approach rate in Nomad or some of the hiddens. Maybe the low approach rate in DT also. DT low approach rate is something that a lot of people aren't really super good at because they don't get a lot of experience with it. So when you pull low approach rate in DT, I find people are usually worse at it than they would be Nomad. And that is AR 8.3 after DT. It's met by Sushi971. Chicken 10 fans will remember that name. So Daisuke Ishitawara song, Home Sweet Grave. A couple of relatively standard picks in this pool as well. Super high circle size Hard Rock 3 at CS 8.45. So really, really high circle size there. DT1 is Swing 300 BPM, CS3 AR 10.3. Every DT map is AR 10.3 besides the low AR pick, which is AR 8.33. Gonna be a Nomad 1 ban from the side of New York. So again, I think that's pretty well thought out. You really don't want to play that against multiple really good low AR players from Carolina. Nomad 3 ban from Carolina second, so they're banning the Hard Rock 2 168 BPM Gazamol map, so flow aim Hard Rock, and they're banning out one of the alti flow aim picks in Nomad as well. Jazzrad is a relatively difficult flow aim Nomad pick for sure. Kind of expecting a DT3 ban as well from the side of New York as we get through the last ban to come through from them. You do have speed in... I actually can't tell if it's DT2 or DT4, but it's going to be one of those maps is speed and one of those maps is aim. If I had to guess based off the mappers, I would guess DT4 aim, DT2 speed. Fremod pool is filled with really well-known maps. Tobe Alegi, Fremod 1, Dark Omen, Fremod 2, which the map note on the sheet reads, "It sucks, but it sucks in a funny way." I'm sorry to the players. That's going to be banned out, in fact, so we won't be seeing the map that sucks, but in a funny way. Tenchi in Fremod 3 is the 7.7 star map, 270 BPM Snow Note stuff with 8.2 stars after Hard Rock. And then Fremod 4 is Big Black. So, yeah, it's Big Black. You're going to be waiting on the first pick from New York. Just based off of the bans from Carolina, I think you could assume something like the Hidden 3 or maybe one of the alt maps, the remaining alt map in Nomad, like Nomad 2. You could also go into, like, unironically, first pick Big Black. Maybe? That's a flow aim map, kinda, sorta. Like, unironically, first pick Big Black? No balls? New York? If they don't first pick Big Black, I'm probably looking at Nomad 2 or Hidden 3. I think those are really good picks. It's going to be Fremod 3 first pick for New York instead, though. It's going to be Tenchi, the 7.7 star Snow Note map. You need 1 Hidden and 1 Hard Rock in USC, so one of your players has to play an 8-star right now. I think it's probably going to be Arco on the Hard Rock for New York. And I think that's actually a pretty solid pick for New York. They do have really, really good skill cap players. This pick is AR 9.7, 270 BPM. So high enough approach rate that Hidden won't be crazy terrible for the reading aspect. I think Carolina is just going to have Will Cookie go Hidden. They have Josh Bagel in. That is ABA, ranked 163 when registration's closed, and currently ranked 173. So pretty high skill cap player as well. Eric Toast also joining in. That is Yanator. Just a really well-rounded 4-digit tournament player for Yanator. So not super surprising, although I was kind of expecting like Rhythmic RS or Mega MK to come in for this map, given that this is just the skill cap pick. It's 1 minute of really, really difficult patterns. Did I mention this map is 1 minute? It's 67 seconds. So if you miss, even early, it's pretty impactful. Sorry, 63 seconds. So 1 minute and 3 seconds for this pick. We are going to have Rhythm Game and Taquito joining Arco for this one. I think you just put Taquito Hidden, Arco Hard Rock, and Rhythm Game Nomad for this on New York side. I think you're going to have a pretty good time. Arco and Taquito by themselves are 2 extremely high skill cap players. Rhythm Game's also just really good in tournaments, so I think this is a pretty solid pick for them. Waiting on one last player from Carolina is going to be Norman Fried Rice, so they are going to be putting in Rhythmic RS. So the 3 highest ranked players for Carolina are going to be the 3 players to come in for this map. Looks like teams are wrong color right now or something. We might be getting an abort. We'll see. It has been fixed, so we are good. Yeah, Rhythm Game Hard Rock Arco Nomad is actually a surprise for me. I was expecting it to be Arco Hard Rock. Taquito Hidden, though. No surprises there. Will Cookie Hidden, also not a surprise. Josh Bagel on the Hard Rock, and Rhythmic RS, Norman Fried Rice, on the Nomad. And you can see this map is just 270 BPM jumps and bursts. A little bit flow maybe, a little bit awkward. An early drop from Will Cookie here. Josh Bagel also finding the drop on the Hard Rock during the jump section. Taquito will drop on the Hidden as well for New York, but it is still 2 FCs for Rhythm Game and Arco versus just Norman Fried Rice. Arco will drop on the Nomad. It's Norman Fried Rice on the Nomad SS versus no combo on the side of New York at all. And this pick very quickly backfiring for New York as Carolina still with a double S intact for Norman Fried Rice. Will Cookie on the recovery combo as well, beating on anyone from the side of New York. Will Cookie will find a huge chain miss there, but it doesn't end up mattering at all. Norman Fried Rice, is he going to SS this pick? He's still holding on to it right now. Hits the triple spam at the end. Hits the slider jumps. That is a double S from Norman Fried Rice on the highest star rating map in the pool and the first pick from New York. Not what I was expecting to see early on, but I'm a fan. 7.68 stars, no problem for Norman Fried Rice. Gets the double S on the very first pick from the other team, and that is one hell of a way to start out a match. And now if you're Carolina, you might just be happy picking high skill cap stuff all over the place. They're going to go with the Xarius map in Hidden, though. Going to go with Yugure Seminiki by Xarius. This is, or rather by Mafu Mafu, mapped by Xarius. This is 190 BPM, quote-unquote consistency. No Xarius map is ever truly just consistency. So you're going to see a lot of awkward patterns, some overlapping stuff. Some just really tricky patterns in general. I think it's just a consistency roster for New York as much as they can put together one. Arco, Taquito, again, are going to be probably perma-lobbied here. Maybe Rhythm Game comes back in for this, but I don't know how good Rhythm Game is on Hidden. in particular. It looks like it's going to be Altrax as the third member for New York. Eric Toast coming in for Carolina. Will Cookie, Josh Bagel, and Eric Toast looks to be the roster for them. Josh Bagel was on the Hard Rock on the previous map, so maybe some adjustments there, but this is AR 9.6. It's not low approach rate or anything. I think it'll probably be fine. It's also only 190 BPM, so probably about the same density as AR 10 on 270 BPM. Just waiting on Taquito to come back in for New York, and then we can get started with the map. As Carolina, with the name change roster, starting off 1-0 up with the breakpoint. Looking to keep that breakpoint alive with this first pick. In fact, Norman Fried Rice is not in on this map, despite assessing the first pick from New York, so it's going to have to be the rest of the Carolina roster to carry the flame forward for Norman. That said, this is a pretty good hidden roster. Will Cookie, Josh Bagel, Eric Toast are all really, really solid hidden players. So I think they'll be just fine on this one. I think it's a tough ask for New York, but you do have Taquito Arco. And Altrax is still holding the early SS on this pick as well. Getting the wide angle jump section during the Ki time. Nobody missing still. We've still got 6 full combos intact right now. Everybody holding on to the combo, not shouting out anyone in particular right now. Everyone's still holding during the first Ki time. Arco is the first to break. It's traded immediately by Eric Toast. But everyone else still holding right now. Completely even trade between the two teams. Still some full combos intact for Altrax, Will Cookie, Taquito, and Josh Bagel right now. Eric Toast and Arco on identical combo. And nobody dropping on the slider jumps either, so relatively solid start to this map for both teams. The first half of the map over. 2 full combos to 2, 1 supporting combo to 1. The combos are where you expect them. Taquito Altrax still holding. Will Cookie, Josh Bagel still holding. Another misread for Arco on the back and forth jumps there. Entering the second Ki time now. It is a slight combo lead for Carolina. Everyone reading that perfect stat correctly as well. Eric Toast finding a chain miss on the awkward jumps there. Looked like a misread to lead to the chain miss. Ever so slight combo lead intact for New York at the moment. It's just Arco over Eric Toast. It's the only difference maker. Josh Bagel trades. Altrax trades with Will Cookie. It's only Taquito left alive in the entire lobby now. All 5 other players are wiped on the stream section. And Taquito now to pull out the breakpoint for New York. Right back after the first pick breakpoint from Carolina is taken by Norman Fried Rice. Taquito going to put destiny in his own hands and keep the full combo live on Hidden 1. This is why teams picking into New York sometimes tend to avoid Hidden, even if they're strong at it otherwise, because Taquito is just such an X factor on these types of maps. Anything with Hidden. He is so incredibly good at this mod. It is his preference to play with it no matter what. Takes it on tiebreakers even. And you see why. He has half his team's score, and they are 2 million team score right now. Just a really, really solid run for Taquito. There's a reason this guy has been on OWC multiple times. There's a reason he is touted year after year as one of the best tournament players in the United States. And just showing off once again. Double 700K for Carolina. But 1 million is a lot better than 700K. And now we're going to get the next pick from New York once again. Breakpoints traded back and forth between these two teams to start things off. Maybe you end up going with one of the hidden maps after that. If you are New York, you put your confidence and your trust in Takedo to carry you. Yeah, again, this semifinals pool is a lot harder than any of the previous map pools in this tournament. The consistency factor on low star rating is starting to matter less and less. The supporting scores are starting to matter less and less. And the carry performances are starting to matter more and more for the top teams in the tournament. So New York maybe can just put their trust in Takedo. Like, they had a really, really good run on that hidden one. I would be a little surprised if they don't go for something like the hidden 2 here. They're going to go with Nomad 5 instead. That is the speed map in Nomad. It's a Renard collab. Sunny, Shimoda, and Shubil. Relapped Foxification with a diff name. Why is it always Mirage maps with this kind of stuff? So yeah, this is the Nomad 5. Why are these maps always in USC also? What's going on with that? So we're going to get this Nomad 5 out of the way after this one and see exactly how good New York is on their speed right now. Waiting on the full roster for New York. I have to expect Takedo comes in for this. Also kind of expecting Arco. Arco's pretty good on speed. That said, I don't feel like I know enough about New York's roster to call the exact roster every single time for them. To me, players like Opixie and Twilight are too big of an unknown, even after watching 4-Digit World Cup with Twilight in it, to call like every map that they go in for. So I'm gonna bet most of my money on it being like Takedo, Arco, Altrax, and Rhythm Game for most of these maps, with Opixie and Twilight subbing in where they feel comfortable. This time around, it's going to be Rhythm Game, Arco, and Takedo. Ben Muffin coming in for the first time for Carolina. That is somebody on this team. Zerkala. That is their Zerkala. Josh Bagel and Norman Fried Rice in once again. Slow start to this map. It's a very long one also. It is 5 minutes, so grab a drink, grab some snacks. You probably won't miss much at the start here. Tiebreaker length Nomad 5. I'll go, although I guess it's not tiebreaker length. The tiebreaker's like 13 minutes, so it's not quite tiebreaker length this time around. Map is variable BPM. It's mostly 246 with 270 section later on in the map. Everybody holding on completely fine through the intro here. No full combos dropped so far. Ever so slight ACK lead for New York. Good ACK above 99 on everybody there. A 97 and a 98 for Josh Bagel and Ben Muffin respectively on the side of Carolina. But everybody holding combo. No breaks whatsoever for anyone in the lobby. I'm just waiting on the KI times, honestly, for the breaks to start coming through, as all of this, yes, it's hard, but it's low intensity compared to a lot of other sections in this map. And the Buzz Sliders catch a ton of people. Josh Bagel, nope, not Josh Bagel either. Just Taquito, the only player to hold through the Buzz Slider section. Buzz Sliders and tournament maps, name a more iconic duo. That being the section that kills everyone's combo is just actually hilarious. And that's a little bit of trolling from both rosters there. Taquito is going to be the only one to hold through that section. The only one with an FC left, and the only one generating a score lead for New York right now as well. Up about 80k and climbing, now about 100k or so for New York, just cresting that 100k mark now. Honestly, that section caught me so off guard, I didn't even get hyped. I was just like, wait, they're all gone. Everyone is gone. All of the combos are dead. I didn't even have time to get hyped over it. It just all happened instantly. Oh, Lord. But we do still see combo intact for Taquito. We have pretty good recovered combos for Rhythm Game, Arco, Ben Muffin, and Norman Fried Rice. Josh Bagel, the only one to have missed again afterwards. Getting into a pretty burst-heavy section here. Wouldn't be surprised if we see misses from some people in this section, but this type of map is really good for Taquito. All burst-heavy and finger control-heavy, not a lot of stream stamina at this high BPM. And you can see Ben Muffin, Josh Bagel, Arco, all finding misses. Rhythm Game and Norman Fried Rice still holding on to supporting combos, but nothing matters in this map as long as Taquito continues to hold combo. That FC still being intact is the single most important thing in this lobby right now. And Taquito on burst finger control speed like this is an absolute monster. The guy's so good at this type of speed map in particular. Not so much on your traditional DT2 long 240 BPM stream types of maps, but stuff like this where it's all bursts and finger control, he absolutely crushes. Continues to show off again why he is one of the best tournament players in the US year after year after year. Never really loses his touch. Maybe has a slump every now and then, but who doesn't? And Taquito never really goes away, never really loses the luster that he has had for multiple years now as one of the top players in this country. Gonna put his team up 2-1, pretty much single-handedly on that map. I mean, there are good scores for Rhythm Game as well, but Norman Fried Rice would top score if not for Taquito in this lobby. And you have okay support from Ben Muffin and Josh Bagel. So Taquito, really the decisive factor here. Still holding this FC, still going at the end of the map here. Can he finish it off? 2 in a row for Taquito. No, he will not. He will find a break right at the end of the map. Last 20 combo or so. Doesn't even end up mattering, though. That is one hell of a score, 962k. Next highest score in the lobby is 606k. It's a pretty big gap in the score overall there. Almost a 700k score lead for New York on that pick. Really, really good second pick for New York. And now an instant free mod 4 to come out from Carolina. Who's afraid of the big black? The big black what? That is the question. Yeah, I mean, it's the big black, guys. It's... Why am I explaining anything? It's the big black. So anyway, while the teams get ready on Big Black, I'm gonna grab a drink because I don't know why I would explain anything on Big Black. All right, got myself a Pepsi. I'm good. It's time for Big Black. I think this one's just all tracks Arco and Taquito for New York. Would be surprised if it was anyone else. Will Cookie definitely in for the hidden on Carolina's side. Josh Bagel, Eric Toast is, I think, an interesting combo for Carolina. Eric Toast probably on the Nomad, Josh Bagel probably on the Hard Rock. So we'll see how they go. This is, again, Carolina's second pick, looking to tie us up 2-2 after a couple of traded early break points get shut down by New York winning their own pick on the Nomad 5. Let's see it. Who's afraid of the Big Black? The actual original Big Black, with the worst pattern in the game coming up right there, right here. Okay, Taquito misses on the worst pattern in the game. Can't blame him, man. Altrax will miss right afterwards on the slider jumps. Arco still holding on to the FC for New York. The only FC intact for New York on the Hard Rock. Does miss on this set of slider jumps here. Taquito, Will Cookie, Eric Toast, all breaking. It's just Josh Bagel with the only full combo left in the lobby. He breaks as well. So FC's all gone now. It's Altrax with combo for New York on that Nomad. The only person above 200, 300 combo for either team now. Altrax given a little bit of free score during this section as well. It's all just those easy streams. This part's definitely chokeable, but doesn't find the break. Josh Bagel does instead on that Hard Rock. This Buzz Slider section is just evil. Taquito, Will Cookie both break on the hidden. Eric Toast breaks on the Hard Rock as well. And Altrax now might just end up carrying this pick. Hold through the Buzz Slider section, gets so much combo during this part. Can he continue to hold during this section of the map? Yes, he does. Hits the last jump after the stream. He's at 700 combo and climbing. 100k score lead for the team of New York, all off the back of Altrax at that 340k. Arco having a tough time on the Hard Rock for this map at 95 AC with very little combo to his name. Josh Bagel doing pretty well on that Hard Rock there. Altrax will trade with Eric Toast on the Nomad. It's good combo for Will Cookie and Taquito. Good combo for Josh Bagel as Arco finds the break there. It's a less than 100,000 score lead. Both Taquito and Arco have broken. Josh Bagel will trade it on the Hard Rock, but Will Cookie's holding on the hidden, and this might be enough to bring it back. If Will Cookie can hold through the ending, it's definitely doable. The spacing on the ending just goes absolutely crazy, but can he hold through it? Eric Toast alongside him holding that supporting Nomad combo. Nobody on New York can hold combo at all. Will Cookie will break, but New York will find another trade of misses. Eric Toast will give it back over. But at the end of the map, it's enough. Will Cookie and Eric Toast with the extra combo for Carolina to pick up their second point on the Big Black. Who's afraid of the Big Black? New York is, as they give over a massive lead in the last quarter of the map. Will Cookie on 500k for the hidden. Eric Toast with that 420k on Nomad doing enough work to bring things back over to Carolina's side.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the Big Black?
And with that, I think we have some expectations set for this match, perhaps. A little bit of flow aim for Carolina, a little bit of snap aim, and awkward stuff for New York. Maybe a couple of hidden picks for New York as well. That hidden 3 might tempt Carolina, but they have to be careful against a team with Taquito on it once again. And if I'm New York, I'm picking either hidden 2 or I'm picking into something like that Nomad 4, just super high star rating aim skill cap, where you do have the ability to play pretty well on that. I don't think it's fast enough also or high star rating enough where somebody like Norman Fried Rice is just going to hard carry the side of Carolina. Like, yeah, it's 7.46 stars, but it's honestly pretty easy for a 7.4 star. Like, it's not actually that hard. So I think it's pretty doable for New York to go that route. That said, they could also go with some of the Hard Rock consistency, like on the Hard Rock 1. They can go with the free mod 1 as well. That one is still around, very similar-ish. Well, not similar. Not similar to the hidden one, but, it's still an aim map, I suppose. We are going to get Nomad 2 instead. It's going to be the alt map in Nomad. This is a relatively snappy alt pick. It's a really old 275 BPM Starstream map. But a lot of relatively easy flow aim patterns in between the difficult snap aim portions of this map. I'm just waiting for the teams to gather everyone here. Waiting on, of course, Taquito to join back in for New York alongside Arco and Rhythm Game. Already have 3 players in for Carolina: Josh Bagel, Norman Fried Rice, and Ben Muffin. Josh Bagel being that is ABA. And I already forgot the name. Ben Muffin being Zerkala. All right, everybody into the lobby. All the players ready to go into this Nomad 2, which is definitely not a Nomad 2. It is instead an alt pick with some bursts. Just found that out. I'm actually a little surprised they picked something like this after losing the Fremod 3. These maps are pretty similar in how they play. This is just a longer version that is all Nomad. Ben Muffin with an early break, though. Early miss for Ben Muffin. Holy, yeah. Arco gonna find a miss after that burst. Is anybody single tapping this? No one is single tapping right now. Everyone is full ulting. Rhythm Game, Taquito, Norman Fried Rice, Josh Bagel on the FCs. Arco on a supporting combo that is still better than what Ben Muffin has. There's a miss for Rhythm Game, though, and now big combo lead over to Carolina. Josh Bagel, Norman Fried Rice still holding on. Norman Fried Rice is the one to watch on this map for Carolina, though, with how he played on the Fremod 3. I think you can't ignore somebody like him on this map. Taquito has to be able to match, frankly, if they want to be able to win this for the side of New York. Arco is still holding a combo lead over Ben Muffin, but Josh Bagel is uncontested on the FC right now for Carolina. And that's the biggest problem that New York has. Until Josh Bagel misses, there's just nothing that they can do. We're counting Norman Fried. Oh, never mind. We're not counting him as a full combo. He finds a miss during the Ki time. Misses on some awkward aim. Taquito and Josh Bagel on the full combos. We're counting Taquito as an FC. I think he missed on the very first slider stream to start the map off, so he's a couple combo down, but you can count it as an FC anyway. That pattern sucks. Everybody hitting the burst here. Everybody mashing through that one. Super old high star rating Starstream stuff usually doesn't have any spacing on these bursts. It's all about the jumps for spacing and the bursts for testing speed with no spacing at all to them. This is just a product of its time. Josh Bagel finds the drop as well, and now it's only Taquito uncontested on the full combo. Arco as well on this fantastic recovery 1K combo to his name as Ben Muffin drops once again as Arco and Taquito, the skill cap duo for New York, to bring this pick to their side. This is definitely a skill cap pick you can't ignore from their side. Taquito will find the drop near the end of the map, but he's still got 760k. Arco's there to pick up any slack, and there isn't much to pick up. They're already 400k up. Even if one of them stopped playing at this point, even if all of them stopped playing at this point, I think they'd probably still win. There's just a sliver of map left, and there's only combo on Norman Fried Rice, who couldn't find the FC this time around. Will not be enough to carry Carolina to another breakpoint. It's going to be a successful pick on this Nomad 2 for New York. Very well done from them, as they put themselves up 3-2. A close contested match so far. Set of early breakpoints to start us off, followed by now 3 successful picks in a row. We get Carolina's third pick next up. Yeah, again, 820k, 3 miss for Taquito. 1 miss, 99 accuracy for Arco. 3 misses, 99.3 ac for Rhythm Game. 2 miss on 99.3 ac for Norman Fried Rice as well. A lot of really good scores in this lobby, but most of them are on the side of New York. Expecting something flow aiming. Expecting something not skill cap, snap, aim stuff. Hidden 3 is tempting, but maybe not the call, given the fact that New York has Taquito on it. Give me free mod 1 instead. Definitely a little surprised at that, given the picks so far for both of these teams. But we haven't really seen anything like this BPM type of snap aim. It's all been the really high BPM stuff, 270 BPM on both the previous Nomad 2 pick and on free mod 3 for New York. So Carolina may be able to just aim consistency their way to a point here. If you're good at farming, you're good at this map, that's for sure. And Carolina has a lot of high-ranked players on their team. So I would not put it past them to be really, really solid on this kind of thing. Be Rhythm Game, all tracks Taquito in for New York. No Arco this time around. A bit of a surprise. Josh Bagel, Norman Fried Rice, Eric Toast in for Carolina. No Will Biscuit, so no Mega MK. Eric Toast, of course, actually Yanator, the lowest ranked player on the team. So a little bit of a surprise there as well. Taking the hidden as well is Yanator. Norman Fried Rice on Nomad, I think, is no surprise. You want your best player to be able to carry. Anyway, this map is a lot of nothing, and then there's a really, really hard part at 800 combo, so I'm not going to expect people to miss until then. If anybody does miss, it's probably a map changer. Like, it's really difficult to understate how much of a diff spike there is at 800 combo-ish in this map. The only thing preventing FCs on this map for the vast majority of people who are close to it is this section at 800 combo. Everything before then is so easy. Taquito's going to miss. Altrax is going to miss. And maybe Carolina, I don't know, mind controls them into missing, because those don't look like typical misses out of those players. That's some next level force mind control from Carolina there. Holy shit. I haven't seen that level in a long time. Must have been since episode 4 in the original trilogy. God damn. Yeah, I mean, I said early misses would be map changing on this type of thing. You see why. There's just like super free combo all after this until you get to the hard part. This part's pretty easy too, comparatively. I mean, it's a Ki, but it's still comparatively pretty easy. Everybody's still holding. Nothing to see here. All right, once this stream happens, this is where the hard part starts. Rhythm Game will find the break also. Everyone for New York has dropped combo. Altrax will drop again on the Nomad. Taquito will drop again on the Hidden. Norman Fried Rice will drop the Nomad. Josh Big will drop the Hard Rock. Eric Toast is still going. Can he hit the section? He does not. He does not hit the section. It doesn't matter, though, because guess what? New York missed early, and that means they lose. They lose. Nothing else matters now. The map is over. They already lost. GG, guys. So that's going to be 3-3. Nicely done from Carolina. Mind controlling New York into missing early in the first KI time. Gave them a lot of free score. It was nice. It's a good job. All right, that is we're finished with the proceedings for this map. Done with the last 400 combo or so. We can get out of the map now. Carolina will take their third point on Tome Alegi. Nicely done from them. Again, mind controlling New York into missing early on the first KI time. New York not resisting the mind control well enough. They need their own Jedi mind tricks if they want to be able to do that. Unfortunately, no one has taught them the way of the Jedi. Taquito not yet old enough to be New York's Yoda. So we're going to see New York drop down on Tome Alegi. Their next pick. What else is similar to what they've picked so far? Like, I don't know that there's actually a lot of similar stuff left in the pool. You have... I mean, maybe they just go DT? Maybe they just go DT now. Because there's no like 270 BPM stuff left in the pool outside of the DT pool. They're gonna go with Hard Rock ones. They're just gonna go like I don't even know what this map is. I don't know how to describe this map. It's like yeah, I don't actually know how to describe this. Dada, what is this map? I can't describe this one. It's a banger. Thank you, Dada. It's like the tiebreaker, but 5 minutes shorter. All right. We got a tiebreaker Hard Rock 1 on our hands. I mean, I think this is a pretty solid pick for New York. Like, they have really good Hard Rock players. You're looking at Altrax Rhythm Game probably to come in with Taquito on this one. Josh Bagel, Norman Fried Rice, Ben Muffin is, I think, pretty good for Carolina also. You're not expecting Will Cookie. Mega MK seems like he's not here because I ain't seen Will Biscuit once in this matchup. I would probably expect him to be here for one of the previous matches at least. So without Mega MK here, I think Zerkala is a pretty good choice over Yanator. Looks like Arco is actually going to be coming in instead of Altrax for New York. So, oh no, maybe not. Maybe Arco. Okay, he's just moving down. Song comes out at you swinging. Early break from Taquito and Josh Bagel. Rhythm Game, Arco, Norman Fried Rice, Ben Muffin still holding on. Norman Fried Rice will trade with Arco there. Josh Bagel is going to find an unanswered break. So it's Ben Muffin versus Rhythm Game. Ben Muffin actually broke right at the start of the map, but the accuracy for Ben Muffin is so rough on this map. 87% accuracy versus the 96 on Rhythm Game, holding the only full combo left in the lobby as well. Norman Fried Rice matching the score from Arco. And yeah, Taquito, well, actually about matching the score from Ben Muffin right now, just gapping the accuracy by 5%. So doing enough to match the score from Ben Muffin. It's Rhythm Game and Arco doing work right now for New York. If they can hold on to these pretty good combos, pretty good accuracies, they'll continue to do enough to take the point. Oh, that's actually a pretty rough slider break for Arco. It is traded by Ben Muffin, but that is not who you want to see the trade come from. So a lot of pressure on Rhythm Game Taquito to hold on to these combos, keep matching Norman Fried Rice and Josh Bagel for now. Good accuracy from New York as we get into an even more difficult section. And another break to come out from Taquito and Arco, and suddenly this map doesn't look all that good anymore. Rhythm Game, the only combo alive for New York. Josh Bagel and Ben Muffin will trade, so it's Rhythm Game versus Norman Fried Rice, and it is no longer a solo cast. I do have a second caster here with me now. Pigeon, you came for a good map, I suppose, because it's just Rhythm Game versus Norman Fried Rice right now, and it's a pretty close map.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Theo. I am so sorry about that. Yeah, this looks wild. 3-3. What have I missed? Has it just all been straight team picks and team wins their point, or have there been many breakpoints?
We had one set of breakpoints right at the start, and then they just started winning their own picks. So it's been evenly traded points all throughout the match so far, and only one set of evenly traded breakpoints right at the start. Norman Fried Rice and Rhythm Game are just kind of tearing it up right now. Oh, Rhythm Game and Arco both break for New York. Ben Muffin does break on the side of Carolina, and Josh Bagel will also trade it. So it's Taquito and Norman Fried Rice with combo, but much better combo on Norman Fried Rice right now. He's still holding the full combo, 730k and climbing, and that is enough to bring the score over to the side of Carolina as long as he continues to hold. There goes Taquito. There goes Norman Fried Rice. Everyone has broken. It's less than 100k of score difference between the two teams right now, but better accuracy overall for New York. And the end of the map approaches much more quickly than I was expecting. Norman Fried Rice breaking there at the end gives it over to New York. He was the one hope they had for Carolina. Look at the difference between the team scores on Carolina. Norman Fried Rice, almost 800k. Josh Bagel and Ben Muffin with the B ranks, having a real tough time with that map. It was team diff there for New York that was their saving grace, as they were all able to A rank. They were all able to have good accuracy and good combo throughout the map, even if they don't top score.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams looking pretty solid, especially Norman Fried Rice with the 700,000 score. Very impressive, but New York able to eke it out. Yeah, very sorry about that. I got distracted. Totally forgot I was supposed to cast, and then my sweet mother said the magic words. She said, "Jin, you want to go get some boba milk tea?" And I said, "You know it." So
unpopular opinion, I don't like boba.
Understandable. We just got a new shop here in my town, and it's like the only one because I live in a small town in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. So
yeah, we have a boba shop here in my small town of 25,000 people in Ontario. That's open like 4 hours a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not a fan of boba. I just don't like the texture. You know, the tea is great. I love tea. I like the tea by itself. I just don't like the boba balls. I just don't like the tapioca balls.
I respect that. DD4 going to be the pick for Carolina. Now, I'm not too familiar with this pool, actually. I had looked through most of it.
That's okay, neither am I.
This is 290 BPM, AR 10.3.
Yes. That's all I know about it. But it's mapped by Nevo, so I'm assuming it's an aim and burst hybrid. Or it's on a Nevo set, so it's probably going to be aim burst hybrid. That's just how it is with Nevo maps.
Probably makes sense.
Yeah, it's been very back and forth between these two teams. I was wondering when we were going to have a team dip into the DT pool, because 3 of the 4 maps in the DT pool are AR 10.3. All of them are very speedy, and aside from the low approach rate DT, obviously. So Carolina dipping into the DT pool here might be a turning point in the match. We only have a couple of maps left here, right? If Carolina wins this, we're tied up 4-4. Each team gets 1 pick, and that's it. That's the match. Maybe we go to tiebreaker. If New York win this, well, suddenly you're like, okay, well, maybe we just pick DT2. Maybe we just pick DT1. Maybe we just go for another high approach rate DT pick, and we close the match out. So it's a risky pick from Carolina, but if it pays off, they're going to have some close to guaranteed picks for their last pick. And if it doesn't pay off, they may just lose the match off this map. So has to be a successful pick for Carolina, I think, up against New York right now.
Definitely interesting. This is the first DT pick. So, yes. What were the bans off the top of your head? Do you know?
Oh, Lord. Been a while since we banned anything. I think it was Nomad 3 and Hard Rock 2 from Carolina. And it was the Nomad 1 and Fremod, I want to say Fremod 2. Yeah, Fremod 2 from New York.
So the entire DT pool being open is interesting. I think with a team like Carolina, it makes a little bit of sense. They definitely are a bit on the speedier side, but that doesn't mean that New York is going to be weak here. This looks to be alt heavy. So a very early miss from Norman Fried Rice is going to mean very, very early score advantage for New York, but the accuracies across the board are looking pretty similar. Arco finding the first miss for New York does mean that it's going to swing over towards Carolina here.
Oh yeah, by the way, Norman Fried Rice SS'd Fremod 3 to start the match.
I saw that!
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Without no fail, of course, doesn't make a difference, especially if you're SSing. But yeah, very, very impressive.
Ooh. He will not be assessing this map. He does find another slider break there. So it's 2 full combos to 2. Rhythm Game Taquito versus Josh Bagel Ben Muffin on the side of Carolina. Taquito has been the X factor for New York pretty much all match. A lot of their picks, he has been a really decisive carry. Arco is having some trouble with this one, though, so he's going to have to pull a little extra weight this time around.
Yeah, thankfully for New York, they do have Taquito and Rhythm Game, whereas they did not have either of those players last week. Possibly could have been the difference between them being in losers bracket as they are now, and being in winners bracket. Norman Fried Rice struggling to hold on to combo for Carolina, but with the 2 FCs remaining for each side, not going to matter too much as Arco is seeming to be trading with Norman Fried Rice.
Ooh, Josh Bagel drops. Yeah, that matters a whole lot. Score instantly swaps over to the side of New York, and the score lead growing quite fast now. Rhythm Game and Taquito still holding on is exactly what New York needs to win this map. And if you lose this pick as Carolina, you might just lose the whole match. New York sees this and probably says, yeah, let's just go into another AR 10.3 DT pick. There's 2 of them left. You have your pick of the litter. 2 FCs still left on Rhythm Game and Taquito, and it's just Ben Muffin with lower AC than either of them, and no supporting combo, really, from Josh Bagel or Norman Fried Rice.
Yeah, this is really scary for Carolina, especially with Norman Fried Rice dropping their supporting combo. We need to see more than just this break, I think, from New York on Rhythm Game. But that was right where the break needed to happen.
Taquito needs Carolina to drop right now.
Taquito needs to drop. And Josh Bagel dropping their supporting combo is looking...
Taquito drops. Taquito does drop. Is there time? Is Ben Muffin's AC high enough? It's another drop from Arco, but I don't know if Ben Muffin has high enough accuracy. That might just be the deciding factor here at the end of the map. Is there enough time? There is not.
But it's not enough, yeah. It's going to be New York going up 5-3 here. Looking to pretty much just close it out, potentially. I mean, it's going to be their pick. Carolina really needed to have that win, but they just weren't able to have the combos there, especially for Norman Fried Rice. I mean, he had good score, 560,000 is impressive, but he just kept finding these unfortunate breaks when he really just needed to hold on to that combo.
To his credit, he outperforms Arco, but that's just not enough on this map. You have to hold high combo. Despite the star rating on this pick, this is one of the easier maps in the pool. It's all very standard, straightforward mapping. It's snap, aim, and bursts, and that's kind of it. Like, it's a traditional high BPM DT1. So if you can alt DT and play the bursts, then you're fine. And unfortunately, that's just not enough on a map like this in semifinals. A lot of the trickier maps, sure, are really, really high skill cap, really high star rating, but a lot of the straightforward maps like this one, you need to be on your A game. And not the case for Norman Fried Rice there. Does drop just too much. Same for Josh Bagel. Couldn't keep up with the Eric Toast. Or sorry, not Eric Toast. Rhythm Game was holding on to the other high combo for New York through almost the end of the map. So despite the FC coming through for Carolina, it is still their loss. If you're New York, I don't think you look at that and say, okay, we're definitely better on high ARDT. Let's just pick it into them, because that was pretty close. But like you said, you do still have the next pick. You can try and close it out. They have been going for relatively snap, aimy, high BPM, high star rating stuff. So it was a little surprising to see the DT pick, but it's going to be hidden 3 now for New York. And I was expecting them to go into hidden at some point. They started off with a hidden 1 second pick after their Free Mod 3 first pick backfired. And they were really, really strong on it. Of course, Taquito, one of the best hidden players in the country. Will Cookie is also still here for Carolina. So you can't just say, oh yeah, Taquito's on New York, he's going to gap them. There does still have to be that added consistency from the rest of the roster. But on a map like this, you can expect Taquito to be really, really strong. And it's, I think, a good pick for New York, if nothing else. But Carolina does have a chance to win this. We're kind of coming down to the wire on how many maps are left in the pool.
This is, I am familiar at the very least with this map. This is going to be just raw streams, more or less, but they are pretty spaced for a major portion of the map. Definitely Taquito's comfort zone, but it's not necessarily just a one-man show here for New York. I mean, they've got to be feeling confident, at least on one other player. Arco being in makes a lot of sense, but yeah, I'd be very surprised if Carolina doesn't put Will Cookie in here. This definitely would be a pick I think Carolina would want Will Cookie in on. And especially with it being hidden too, the spacing might catch some players off. It's not too fast, obviously, it's only 176, but it is definitely more on the aimier side for streams. Like, you are just full flow aim.
I think this is the first time we're seeing Opixe all match, by the way, and we are not seeing Will Cookie for Carolina. So I can only assume he's not here as well, based off the chat.
Scary. That is really scary.
Yeah, this might be GG. If you don't have Will Cookie on a map like this, even if you win this one, oh, Lord. It's tough. It's tough to win after this.
Oh, is this actually the stream difficulty?
This is not. It is the full sliders difficulty. Map by
Never
Yokes
mind.
Pie. Yeah, it's still difficult. Still relatively flow aiming with all the slider jumps, but different kind of flow aim.
Norman already. Taquito dropping his combo. But Eric Toast is going to drop theirs as well. It's just Josh Bagel holding on for Carolina. And the map's not long. The map is 2 minutes long. It is a very short map.
God bless.
Yeah. But maybe not for Carolina here. I mean...
yeah, Eric Toast dropping as well for Carolina, and so you only have Josh Bagel up against Opixe and Arco. Opixe, to his credit, comes in for one map and is still full comboing a third of the way through. Not often can you see that from one player who just comes in for one map. Josh Bagel drops as well, and that is now all 3 FCs gone for Carolina. 2 still alive on New York. Arco will drop one of them, but Opixe is still holding strong for the Empire State right now. It may just be GG right here. Already 200,000 score up for New York on their last pick. And it's looking pretty grim right now for Carolina. The merged 2 states still cannot compete with the home of America's most populous city. Opixe breaks on the absolute funniest slider on the entire map.
Yeah,
but it's just not gonna matter.
The breaks were on these like very long sliders, which I thought was kind of weird. I would imagine those to be some of the more free combo, but yeah, this is just it. This is going to be New York closing the match out in a fairly dominant fashion on this last pick.
I mean, this is kind of what you expect, right? It's seed 11. Actually, it's the opposite of what you expect. It's seed 11 versus seed 5. Carolina, just with several members who didn't show up. They also did not have Mega MK in this match,
no.
Will Biscuit. So Will Cookie was here for part of it, but left part of the way through. I'm not sure exactly for what. I assume he had to leave for something. But that is 2 players out of 6 that you just don't have, and so you've only got a little bit of wiggle room on your roster. And it really shows here at the end of the match, like you said, dominant win for New York on the last pick of their own. 6-3 in victory in the losers bracket round 4 here. And they will move on to face Texas in the losers round 5 tomorrow. That match is Sunday, 22 UTC. 22 UTC tomorrow, so 6 p.m. Eastern time. You can tune in right back here for a 6 p.m. Eastern time matchup. Texas versus New York is the matchup there. The lower seed, 11th seed, upsetting the 5th seed in Carolina. They had the full roster. They had everybody ready to go. It was New York all the way through this match. Very well done from them.
Yeah, really unfortunate too. I think specifically for New York, last week, had they had their players Taquito and Rhythm Game, definitely may not have even have had this matchup happen. I think they could have potentially gone through to the winners bracket and would have been a different matchup for Carolina, but I mean, New York able to close it out 6-3. We will see Carolina next year, I would imagine. Unfortunately, they are not going to move on.
Yep. So that is it for us for now. We've got all of our remaining matches tomorrow, Sunday evening, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 21 UTC, with New Jersey versus Pennsylvania in the losers round 4. We'll move on to New York versus Texas an hour later at 22 UTC, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and then take a little break before getting on to the winners bracket match, NorCal versus Florida, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Another 9:30 p.m. match between Maryland and the winner of New Jersey versus Pennsylvania, followed by the last winners bracket match of the weekend, Virginia versus SoCal at 10:30 p.m. tomorrow. So make sure you tune in starting at 5 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday, for all of the rest of the matches here at United States Cup. And until then, thank you very much for watching. Congrats to New York. Thank you for playing to Carolina. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Take care, everybody.